Hello, listeners, and welcome to the Buzzard's Nest podcast for 2018. It's Buzz. We're back, our first one for 2018. It's been a little while. I apologize, so much stuff went on. First, I got hurt at work. I did a little podcast on that, letting you know what happened. And then we did the big move from Podomatic that we are now proud members of Podbean, Unlimited. All the episodes are up there for everybody to hear. And we're going to keep on rolling from there. We're Unlimited. We could just produce hour-long shows, 2-hour-long shows if we choose to. But we'll see how it goes. We got a lot of stuff planned for the new year. A lot of new advertisement going up. So this ought to be great. This ought to be a great year. Hey, and speaking of advertisers, we have our very, very first sponsor, and I'm very excited about this. Can I say very anymore? We have Lisa's Magic Clean. We don't cut corners, we clean them. They provide services for residential, commercial cleaning, carpet and upholstery cleaning, and specialty services. Also, wall washing. Spring cleaning scheme coming up, people. You might want some help. This is one way. Instead of busting your butt, call Lisa's Magic Clean. They do move in and out cleaning, construction cleanup. They've been in business for the past 7 years. They're fully insured. Check them out on Facebook, Lisa's Magic Clean. If not, give them a call at 412-583-1215. They service Irwin, North Huntington, Level Green, Murraysville, and Monroeville, PA. Give them a call. Thank you so much to Lisa's Magic Clean, our very first sponsor of the show. Hopefully they keep coming back for more. Okay, I know I already started the show out with that little spiel, but I really wanted to start with this. It is a quote from Kevin Smith's Tough Shit. Life advice from a fat, lazy slob who did good. Life is also, as George Carlin taught us, a zero-sum game. We all lose in the end. We all die screaming. If that's the case, we might as well make for ourselves a paradise in this world. Make yourself happy and comfortable as often as you can, because sooner or later, the infinite hands you a bill for all those goods and services. Take that to thought, people. Life is short. You think you have forever. When you're in 20s, you think you're invincible and you have everything ahead of you. But you never know what's going to claim you. A car accident, a slip and fall like I had. You just never know. All right, what are we going to talk about today? Okay, let's talk about the big elephant in the room right now. The government shutdown. We only shut down for a day or so. But the implications of a shutdown, it has a far outreach, especially for our military personnel. They don't get paid the whole time there's a government shutdown. And they work pretty much for free. They become giant volunteers. They will get their back pay, but it's all at once. Now, let's say the government shutdown was for 30 days. Those people with their families, themselves, they don't get paid for 30 days. So they're not making their other bills. Now, of course, they get the military clothing for free, but not their personal clothes. They get food. That's paid for. That's part of the military. But they have families, and they might get what's called BAQ. It's help to live out of the barracks. They have a family. They might rent an apartment, to which they usually do. They rent because they're constantly moving, and they won't get that money. And so you might have to deal with a landlord, and you might need to get government paperwork and to prove that you will get paid. So that makes a very rough time. And then on top of that, once they get their pay, it's going to come at them all at once. And they're going to take more taxes out of it because you're getting all that money in your paycheck at once, putting you in a higher tax bracket, which means more is coming out. So they get penalized again because they're getting their money later. Some national parks do close. They close it because of staffing. The staffing isn't going to get paid. That lessens potential income coming into the federal government. Now, all these people aren't getting paid. The House and the Senate are still getting paid, even though they're government employees, but they're called essential, so they'll get paid. I think they should take the hit too. Why should the little guy get beat up because of their inability to pass a budget or agree on something? Now, this time's a little bit different. It wasn't about budgeting issues, what they didn't like in the budget. I know President Trump wanted more for the military. I think that could have been an agreed on reach thing. There should be more for the military, and I hope these guys are going to get a pay raise.
Now, you go back and think of every soldier out there. Every soldier is 24/7. They can be deployed at any given time. They have to be in a constant state of ready. And a lot of times when they do training, they're out there for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It's a long period of time, so the soldier is 24/7. If you take the pay of a private in the United States Army, they get $1,531.50 a month before taxes. There are 730 hours in a 30-day month. That means that soldier is only getting paid $2.10 an hour.
That'd be great, and I hope there's more spending for newer equipment. Some equipment in some areas is pretty old. They do make do with it, but I hope a lot of newer stuff gets there so we are efficient and ready. Hopefully a good bit of that goes into upgrading of technology too, because a lot of people that would be against the United States have upgraded their stuff, have more advanced stuff in some areas, and that push for better technology, safer ways of doing things, hopefully is there. Right now, it's still, even though the budget did get an extension till February 8th, it's still going to be a rough ride because they're holding DACA against the budget. Okay, if you don't know what DACA is, let me give you a short little explanation of it. Okay, DACA is a federal government program created in 2012 under Barack Obama to allow people brought into the U.S. illegally as children the temporary right to live, study, and work in America. They still are not citizens of the United States. Those that apply for it are vetted for any criminal history or threat to national security. It must be students or have completed school or military service. I don't understand the military service one because I thought you had to be an American citizen to be in the military. If they pass vetting, action to deport them is deferred for 2 years with a chance to renew, and they become eligible for basics like driving license, college enrollment, or a work permit. Now, those people that are under DACA are known as dreamers. That's why a lot of times you see in the news that protected dreamers are trying to do this, that. By the time Trump wanted to rescind this program created in 2012, which means it's only been in existence for 6 years, 787,580 people have been granted approval to stay in the United States, but they're still not citizens. To apply, these people had to have been younger than 31 on June 15th, 2012. Now, this was supposed to be about children, but you had to be younger than 31. So he grandfathered in a lot of people. These people also had to be undocumented, which meant is another PC term for illegal. They must have arrived in the U.S. before turning 16. How do you prove that? They're undocumented. You don't even know they're in the country, but they had been here before they were 16 and lived here continuously since June 2007. Most dreamers consist of people from Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. The largest numbers of them live in California, Texas, Florida, and New York, and range from the age of 15 to 36, and that's according to White House documentation. There's two sides you could present to this. These people were brought over as children, as we gotta guess from all the guidelines, if that's really true. And it wasn't their choice to come over here. And they weren't born here, but they've become functioning parts of American society. Should we just say, hey, we're ending DACA, but everybody that is presently part of DACA go to the front of the line for American citizenship? They've been here, they've been going to school. Since they're good, we put them to the front of the line for American citizenship. Redo the vetting process. Have you been a good person? Have you been a good functioning part of society? If so, you're front of line because they've gone through English as a second language. No one's taken away their language and their heritage. Like, if I want to go back to my heritage, yeah, I'd love to learn German. Do I have the patience to do it? No, I got enough on the table as it is already to do. I should learn a few more words, but that's going back, way back in my days and times of ancestry. And that'd be one way to fix it, but a lot of them bring undocumented family members with them. They were brought here by the undocumented family member. They were children. Now that leaves the parents, the guardian, whatever, wide open for deportation. Again, they're illegal. Are they functioning? I could see that little picture, that part of the picture, and I could also see the other part of the picture where they're saying this is a drain. Hopefully in this broadcast I can find the other parts of how much it costs illegals, undocumented, being in the United States onto the taxpayer. Under Trump's new administration, new applications under DACA will no longer be accepted. For those currently in the program, their legal status and other permits, such as to work and attend college, will begin expiring in March 2018. Unless Congress passes legislation allowing a new channel for temporary or permanent legal immigration status. And that's where I think they should go to the front of the line to get American citizenship. As the time lapses, they will be possibly deported. But why? A budget is a budget to keep the United States up and running, everybody paid, everything going as planned as a business. Government is a business when you think about it. Why? Because of someone's status in America, illegal, undocumented, however you want to choose. Why is that a way to hold people hostage? And a lot of people did focus on the military. I did. Why should those people that are working have to be held hostage, their paychecks held hostage for somebody else that isn't an American citizen? And that's one part of the story I do see and I do understand. National parks and stuff, yeah, you're killing your income into your business, the federal government. So you're just hurting yourself. And another big kick in my butt is, why do people that work in the government, i.e. senators, Speaker of the House, all of them in Washington, D.C., why don't they get hurt too? Why? There's a lot. It's like the CEO of the company is just protected, and all his upper management is protected from anything. It should not be that way. They should feel it too. American citizens feel it. You're an American citizen working in the government. You should feel it too. But they don't. Now, because of this DACA program, a lot of states are suing, saying it is outrageous, unjustified, and cruel and unlawful. But it isn't unlawful.
And it isn't unlawful because it was a temporary 2-year thing when the amendment bill, whatever, I'd have to look it up again, was only for 2 years. It ended. You knew one way or the other you were going back to your home country. So why did you think it was a permanent to let you stay here? That makes you illegal. In the United States, we have laws. We have punishments for breaking those laws. You're illegal. Right now, since you have the well-being to know that it's going to end soon and you could be deported, start the citizenship program. Now's the time to get in. And if you do get back sent to your country, you've started that process. Hopefully we can get in contact with you and continue the process so you can become a citizen.
See, I like looking at both sides of this, and I want to play the devil's advocate on both sides. I just don't see how. I think there's a middle road. We're not finding it. Nobody wants to go that middle road. I want my way, and I want my way, and I want my way. We've got to find a middle road. We've got to work together. But we don't do it. Okay, the effect of illegals and or undocumented immigration to the United States. This is coming from the Federation for American Immigration Reform, otherwise known as FAIR website. Total governmental expenditures on illegal aliens. The federal cost is $45.8 billion at the federal level. At the state and local cost is $88.9 billion. The national cost is $134.8 billion. Now, supposedly, I don't know how this works, but there's tax contributions by illegal aliens. They put in on the federal taxes $15.4 billion, state and local $3.5 billion, with the total taxes paid of $18.9 billion. So if you factor those two sets of numbers in, the cost and the taxes paid, it still causes the remaining legal citizens a cost of $116 billion. Now, they estimate the stress on the federal government. It is hard, but it's even worse depending on the amount of illegal immigrants you have in your state on your state and local taxes. So it raises that up to help pay for them. Okay, FAIR, again, Federation for American Immigration Reform, believes that most studies grossly overestimate both the taxes actually collected from illegal aliens and, more importantly, the amount of taxes actually paid by illegal aliens. Example, the amount of money collected for illegal aliens actually kept by the federal government. In 1990, the United States is focused on apprehending and removing criminal aliens. The majority of illegal aliens seeking employment in the United States have lived in an environment where they have little fear of deportation, even if they are discovered. This has created an environment where most illegal aliens are both able and willing to file tax returns because the vast majority of illegal aliens hold low-paying jobs. Those who are subject to wage deductions actually wind up receiving a complete refund of all the taxes paid, plus net payments made on the basis of tax credits. As a result, illegal aliens actually profit from filing a tax return and therefore have a strong interest in doing so. So, those numbers could be construed wrong. And we're paying out more because they get all the tax credits. And further complication is the fact that while barred from many federal benefits, state laws allow illegal aliens to access many state-funded social welfare programs. Because so little data is collected on the immigration status of individuals collecting benefits, it is difficult to determine the rate at which illegal aliens use welfare programs. However, based on the average income of illegal alien households, it appears they use these programs at a rate higher than lawfully present aliens or citizens. More stress on our system. Which brings me my thought on what Trump's bigger picture is. He's bringing in more work. We've seen the stock exchange going up. More American citizens are working now. But if undocumented illegal aliens were removed, a lot of people say, well, that creates a vacuum. There's nobody working at these jobs. What are we going to do? The remaining American citizens that aren't working, that are on welfare for no apparent reason, then have jobs to go to. Yes, it's not going to be as much as the welfare, but guess what? America was based on getting your hands dirty, doing a job. 2 jobs. America was built tough that way. Get out there and work. The government isn't a handout system. The government isn't your job. Collecting welfare benefits, stuff like that from the government is not a job.
The system was there to help those that were down and out and need in between getting your feet back up, trying to get your feet back up. It used to be a thing of pride in the United States to be working, to not be leeching off the system. I'm not a burden on the system. I'm proud of that. But not these days. Some kind of mentality has changed where people will live off the system. There was just a lady on YouTube that was proud she doesn't work because she's too talented to work. She wants to be an artist. She's living off welfare, yet her hair's dyed red. She has piercings through her face and ears, tattoos. All that costs money that you don't need to spend. There are other things in life that you need other than that stuff. People on welfare are living better than those that are working, and it shouldn't be that way. That welfare system should pay people just to get by on their daily needs. That's it. The working class person that saves, that strives, that waiting for retirement should have more, but it isn't that way right now. We've been a handout nation. Now, again, for these people that came over undocumented, a lot of people want to fight for them. And what I say, if we go back to the basic beginning of this whole conversation, illegal aliens. The key word in there is illegal. We have a process to come in here to the United States. They broke a law. If I broke into your house and I said, this is where I want to live, you're going to call the cops on me. You're going to get me out of there. I'm illegally entering your house. What's the difference between your house and the United States? And you don't know what's coming across. You don't know what type of people are coming. It might be good people. There might be good people coming across. Those people should have entered the process correctly. But bad people are coming across too. There is a middle range. We should be able to get that middle range. Why isn't there at the border crossing, like right there in front, an office to start the process for citizenship in the United States? Why can't we do that? Start the process here. Hey, come back. We'll start putting your application in. Do all the vetting here. You're still in your country. Come back in a week if you want to check. If not, we'll mail you what the response is. We'll start the process there. You have to learn a little bit of the English language, be able to read. You got to understand the stop signs and traffic signs. Excuse me. There's more than stop signs. Unless you're me, then there's just stop signs. I don't remember anything else. Okay, I'm going to another website. This one's heritage.org. And something I'm noticing is, these are 2017 reports and data collection, so they're pretty new. Main points here: as of 2017, there are approximately 3.7 million unlawful immigrant households in the U.S. These households impose a net fiscal burden of around $54.5 billion per year. Amnesty for unlawful immigrants can pose large physical costs for U.S. taxpayers, including public education we pay for, welfare benefits, and other benefits and services. Policymakers must ensure that interaction of welfare and other physical transfer programs with immigration does not expand the physically dependent population. Well, it has. The direct benefits illegals get are Social Security, which is why I'm wondering if I'm going to have Social Security when I'm ready to retire, Medicare, unemployment insurance, and workers' compensation. There are over 80 of these programs, which at a cost of nearly $900 billion per year, provide cash, food, housing, medical, and other services to roughly 100 million low-income Americans. Major programs include Medicaid, food stamps, and refundable earned income tax credit that I spoke of earlier, that low-paying job illegals usually file taxes for just so they can get more money back. Public housing, supplemental security income, and temporary assistance for needy families. A lot of this money is going out to undocumented immigrants. But we can't help our own people here, American citizens, homeless vets, children that need CHIP, that the parents still have to pay into. Why can't we put more money into that? Free daycare, so that way people do get out and work.
A lot of single mothers I know, they need the daycare. They do pay into it, or they pay part of their income into it, and they can get costly. Why can't we provide for them? Because if they're out working and not collecting welfare, they can maybe get up on their feet. Public education at a cost of $12,300 per pupil per year. These services are largely free or heavily subsidized. These services are largely free or heavily oh God, I can't say it. Subsidized for low-income parents. And they're the normal services we look over are population-based services like the police, fire, highways, parks. This is all figured in with undocumented aliens. It's a very big strain. I could see why getting undocumented out or seeing where they are, if they're doing great, vet them and give them citizenship. We have to do something. Maybe deportation isn't the only answer, but we have to get them working part of our society. And if they're not, you have to go back and do the process legally. And everybody wants to say this is a race thing. This is this. No, it's about legal. Let's see, another statistic. And I hate to be just stuck on this because we were on the budget, now we're on this. But that's where we're at. The extension for the budget was till February 8th. And they already said they're going to take out of the budget or take off the table Trump's money for the wall. And this part I agree with. He made a promise that Mexico, that was his riding thing, Mexico's going to pay for the wall. Do I think we need a wall? Yeah. But again, I'm going with the right outside that wall, right beforehand, if you're from Mexico or from whatever country that you might have transported yourself to Mexico to and come up, because that's what does happen. Right there, an office for immigration. Hey, you want to become an American citizen? Start filling out everything right there. We'll do the process right there. And let me go on with saying it's not just people crossing the border illegally. People sign up for student visas, work visas, and this is where our government's doing a big fuck up. When that visa expires, they don't go find these people. What happened? They're supposed to be out of the country then. They stay here on it. They might extend it, but some just disappear. They've come into the system. They're going to disappear in here. And that's a big problem, too. Now, the newest report I could find on the visa subject is actually from 2014. It was 3 years after 9/11. Our fear height was still up. Attacks still happen. But the Obama administration, back in 2014, was unable to locate 6,000 foreign nationals who entered the United States on student visas and were not able to track them, locate them, cannot figure out if they left or not. They were somewhere within the United States. We have a problem with the visa program, too, that really needs to be looked at. The reason why student visas were looked at so harshly then, September 11th, terror attacks, the 26 students that were all part of the, well, if you're listening to this, you know what happened in 9/11. But they were all on student visas, and they had disappeared before the visas expired. Should we put a stop to that? The visas for students. I mean, I don't think we should stop it. We should really, really, really have more control over it. Okay, people, let's see. How long have I recorded now? It says I only went 30 minutes. So this is where we're at, people. The fiscal budget is again in jeopardy. We went through 1 day of shutdown. We got a Band-Aid over it. One side says they want more money for military and for a border wall. The other side says, I'm not giving you anything until we let illegals remain in the country. And we're going to take away your money for your wall you wanted. And we're going to leave a lot of people hostage. A lot of people's paychecks as hostages. Their jobs hostages. Until you give illegals more. And we're going to hold the American citizens hostage for it. So that's where I'm going to end that subject. If you have a thought or idea on this, if you want to tell me something about this, maybe there's information I missed, check out the Buzzard's Nest podcast on the Facebook page. Leave your comments there. Leave your comments. You can do the comments too on the Podbean channel. But that's actually the beautiful part of this. Facebook's tied right into it. The comments will go straight to the Podbean. Rate and review. Every input you give to a new and upcoming artist. I'm an artist. Yeah, right. I'm somebody with a voice that's putting it out there for everybody to hear. But every like, share, comment helps. Since we're going in off that subject and onto the Podbean stuff. YouTube, yeah, I do have the YouTube channel. As soon as the podcast is up, it goes to the YouTube channel, so you can listen to it there. It's just a picture of the logo and a bar graph of the sound. But you can hear it there too. We are in many outlets now. We are on Google Play. We are on iTunes, which is really going good. Podbean has its own app, so you can get me there. All you have to do is get the app, find my channel, the Buzzard's Nest Podcast, hit subscribe, and that's it. Your app will notify you when a new one goes up. This new system's great. It notifies Facebook automatically for me. Tells everybody that, hey, new podcast is up. It does it on Twitter. Hey, new podcast is up. It's great advertising. It's automated. It keeps it out of my hands. People that were subscribers on Facebook and Twitter, I apologize for the bombing you guys got. When I uploaded everything on the Podbean to make sure it was there, full and safe, it automatically sent a notification out for everyone I uploaded. It was all in one day. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to get on Spotify. We'll get that going. We sell the shirts. If you're interested in a shirt, $20, $5 shipping, depending on where you're at. If you're close by, we'll hand deliver them. And, oh, geez, the biggest news. Biggest news we got. We have, I gotta find my paperwork. We have our first sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to cut this commercial into the front, too. So our very first sponsor is Lisa's Magic Clean. They will come in, clean up your house for you. Spring's around the corner, people. You want help with that spring cleaning? Call Lisa's Magic Clean. They're on Facebook. And Lisa's Magic Clean, we don't cut corners, we clean them. They provide residential and commercial cleaning, carpet, upholstery cleaning, specialty services, wall washing, move in and out cleaning. Let me tell you, people, moving in and out cleaning. Such a big pain in the ass. You got so much to do when you're moving in and out that you don't want to deal with cleaning. You don't want to deal with that at all. Give Lisa's Magic Clean a call. The place will be tip top. You can just move your furniture in. You're ready to live in it. You can give Lisa's Magic Clean a call. You close on the house. Set up a time and date with Lisa's Magic Clean. Let them come in a day before. Nothing in the house. Or even the apartment. Let them clean that sucker. You get there with your moving crew. Put everything in. It's ready to live in. All you have to do is maybe a little dust up here and there from everything you moved from the house. It's great service. Spring cleaning, definitely. You want to hit that yard. You want to clean out the yard. That's what I want to do. Spring cleaning, I went outside, I want to do the yard. Lisa's Magic Clean a call. Let them do the inside. You will not regret it. They also do construction cleanup. If you were doing a small remodeling in a house, got a room remodeled, give them a call. They'll clean the place up. They've been in business for 7 years. They're fully insured. If you don't get them on Facebook, You could also give them a call at 412-583-1215. They service Irwin, North Huntington, Level Green, Murraysville, and Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Give them a call. You will not regret it. All right, people. That's going to be it for the Buzzers Nest podcast this time. Welcome to 2018. Welcome to a new revival. I'm hyped. I'm ready. We're getting more subjects, more people coming on, more guests. We're shooting for February the 3rd. We're going to do YouTube Live with call-ins. I want to get this call-in thing working. I really do. Talk about multiple subjects. We're going to do it on YouTube Live. There we will have to be censored, but I'm going to split the audio off. Turn that into a podcast, uncensored. Speak your mind, speak your will, whatever subject you want to go talk about. It could be off the subject I was just talking about. It could be something completely different. Really want this kick off. I think it'd be great. It goes back to the podcast I did on Bring Back Public Access Television. So we're gonna go for it. YouTube's not paying anybody anymore because the new analytics is crazy. I'll get the views, but I'm just doing it for that. I just want people to enjoy it. I don't care if I make a dime off of it. Forget it. I'm not plan B of bringing in like the most I was hoping for $10 a month from YouTube. It would help pay for the professional version of the Podbean that we're using right now. Forget it. I just want people to enjoy what they see. I just want to do what I want to have fun. I want people to have fun with me. So, YouTube. All right, people. I'll be talking to you again soon. We're going to stick with the once a week. It'll be great. And give Lisa's Magic Clean a call for any of your cleaning needs. You will not regret it. Have a good one, people. Talk to you later.